We had intended our second video to be of a slightly different subject matter. Alas, there has been some urgent matters that have arisen that require more immediate action. The Sycophant snake has now assaulted a well-loved resident of Aylmer, an 84-year-old man who was on private property. After the serpent blocked the driveway with his vehicle to prevent the senior, Jack, from leaving. He pushed him while his hands were in his trouser pockets. He pushed him hard enough that he was slammed into his truck and then fell onto the ground. This resulted in multiple cracked ribs. All of this was because the gentleman and his friends had posted up a sign on the public road allowance that stated, "Be kind, wear a mask." To the Sycophant snake, we think, perhaps, you may have missed the meaning of the sign. For someone that claims that we get along in Canada even if we disagree, and we can respect various viewpoints and still get along fine. You seem to be completely incapable of accepting anyone's viewpoints but your own. In all honesty, you immediately resorted to violence, without even pausing for any other options to present themselves. We truly hope you pay for your crimes. That you are planning to vigorously defend your assault on an 84-year-old man, after preventing him the option of avoiding your attack, is just one more example of how much of a repulsive menace to society you truly are. We also wonder why you continuously feel the need to claim that you are not frightened. People who are not fearful do not run around constantly telling everyone, "I am not afraid." As the proverb states, eyes are the windows to the soul. Your eyes are showing your obsessive need to control others as well as your fear that the truth will be revealed. Regarding your professed contempt for keyboard warriors, until your recent crimes against Jack, and various unreported assaults against your own congregants, that is exactly what you were and what you still remain. You have a long history of bullying any and all that disagree with you, on any given subject. Everyone whom has viewed your social media is very much aware of that one undeniable fact. We see now why the plague pastor has chosen you to be his personal henchman, as you are nothing more than a rabid animal off-leash. Although we do not look forward to interacting with your ineptitude company again, we will do what we must to prevent your toxins from spreading. We do wish to express our admiration for Jack. We applaud your initiative and willingness to take a stand for our community. We regret that you have been subjected to this unwarranted assault from this disingenuous and irrational vermin. You are the true inspiration that Aylmer needed. You have our respect and our support. We have noticed an unsettling trend on social media amongst these domestic terrorists. Other than their obsessive need to share unreliable, disproven and often absurd, alternate facts. That is not consciously their fault as many accept it as true, and regrettably, essentially half of those that reside in North America believe in at least one conspiracy theory. The technique that we have observed being used repeatedly by those antagonistic guerrillas is that of a mob mentality, against any random individual that disagrees with or contradicts their opinions. Although bullying through social media has been in existence since its conception, these fictitious freedom fighters have elevated their attacks to ludicrous level. These fanatics scream for the freedom to do whatever dangerous thought darts into their heads, while at the exact same time, attempting to silence every single person that has any different viewpoints. Other than sticking to their use of vulgar language and defense of their ill-advised and often illegal activities, they have now progressed to propounding us with threats of violence, threats of rape, promoting our suicide or self-harm. They post pictures of our children amongst their groups, they threaten and then proceed to call our employers, spouting whichever lies they believe will cause us to lose our employment. They also call our homes, threaten us and our families. They do this as an organized assault on whichever individuals, businesses or public officials openly object or question their behaviors. They have actually created boycott lists for the businesses that follow our health and safety guidelines, as well as our laws. One current example that we feel requires a dishonourable mention is that of the Bugg of Deceit. This pretentious reprobate has openly spread her poison on the general population for years. She has openly stated her hate and bigotry of members of the gay community, and recently went as far as calling the employer of one such man in an attempt to silence him and cause him financial ruin. She has injected her hate and false narratives on many online groups and individuals. We thank all that shared our video, including those weak-minded individuals that unintentionally injected some truth into their skewed reality. We are aware that while that was not your intent, the result is the same. We also enjoyed watching your hypocritical outrage that we made use of our right to freedom of expression. We have become aware of a planned roadside protest directed towards the plague pastor and his corrupted flock. Unlike the Aylmer Plague Parade that masqueraded as a freedom rally, these protesters are planning on expressing their disgust with the actions of the parasites in the only responsible way possible during a pandemic: socially isolated with one household per vehicle. We commend you on your ingenuity. We will also be attending and look forward to being part of the resistance against the tyranny of the plague propagators. We hope that the sycophant snake can contain his violent nature, but we will gladly shield any assaulty attempts upon our vulnerable citizens.